Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back, and happy holidays and Merry Christmas to you all. I hope that you all are having a great holiday season. Now, today's video is a change of plans. Originally, I was going to do a full review of my all-time favorite Christmas movie, but after thinking about it, I just decided I'm just going to go ahead and do my top 10 favorite Christmas movies list. You guys seem to enjoy when I post my top 10 favorite movies list, so I thought, why not? It'd be the perfect time to go ahead and make this one. Now, with that said, just like the other top 10 lists, my lists are not ranked in any particular order, except of course for the last two, or maybe I should say the top two on my list. But as always, guys, this is just my list, and again, I'm not saying my list is better than yours or whatnot. This is just my list of all the Christmas movies that I've enjoyed the most, and I'd be very interested to know what your top 10 favorite Christmas movies are, so be sure to post them down in the comments below. But with that said, guys, let's do this.
Coming up first, I'm going to talk about Elf, the story of a man who is raised by elves and travels from the North Pole to New York City to meet his father that he's never met, and along the way, he finds love and saves Christmas. I've seen this movie every year since it came out, and I have enjoyed it ever since. To this day, I still chuckle out loud at all the humor. The jokes and the acting can be a little over the top, obviously, but I still enjoy this movie, and I look forward to watching it every holiday season, so of course, it's on my list. Coming up next is Muppets Christmas Carol. Ebenezer Scrooge is a greedy and distasteful miser who is visited by three spirits so that he can save his soul and rediscover the happiness of Christmas. I've always enjoyed the story of the Christmas Carol in itself, and there's been many versions throughout the years. But my favorite has always been the one with the Muppets, with Michael Caine playing Ebenezer Scrooge. I really enjoyed his performance, and I thought all of the songs were very well done and very catchy. And of course, it's the Muppets, so of course the puppeteering was fantastic. So coming up next is How the Grinch Stole Christmas from 2000, starring Jim Carrey. This is the retelling of the classic Dr. Seuss story of a Grinchy character who tried to steal Christmas, but later learns that you can't keep Christmas from coming because it means just a little bit more. Jim Carrey's performance as the Grinch was hilarious and definitely the show stealer, and I have a lot more respect for him after learning what all he went through and all of the harsh conditions that he had to endure while playing this role. The set design and the actor's performance were very impressive and really made you feel like you were being brought into a Dr. Seuss story. What I really appreciated is that it dives a little more in depth with the true meaning of Christmas, and it gives the Grinch more of a reason to hate Christmas because of all the avarice, which makes his character development at the end more impactful. Alright, so coming up next is The Nightmare Before Christmas. The Pumpkin King Jack Skellington is bored with Halloween and hopes that bringing Christmas into Halloween Town will spice up his holiday and even give him a new purpose. Now, I know that there's been debate whether this is even a Christmas movie at all. I've heard that even those that have worked on the film say it's a Halloween movie. But to me, personally, I see it as both. So you can enjoy it around both holidays. I remember being very impressed with the film when it first came out. I really enjoyed Danny Elfman's score and his original songs most of all. The story is also very good. And of course, the visuals and the cinematography is amazing. So coming up next is The Santa Claus. Scott Calvin is a businessman whose life is turned upside down when he witnesses Santa's death and inadvertently becomes the new Santa Claus. So, after rewatching this recently, I'm starting to see what I heard others talk about, and that this is basically a Christmas comedy / horror movie when you think about it. It's about a man who has no desire to be Santa, but is now forced to become Santa because of some sketchy contract details on a Christmas card in Santa's suit, and now he has to watch as his body changes against his will. It's pretty scary when you think about it. But despite all of that, it's a decently heartfelt movie towards the end, and the humor still holds up pretty well, so it goes on my list. So coming up next is A Christmas Story, the classic film about a young boy who desperately tries to get the BB gun he wants for Christmas. Guys, I think this movie's great. I've always enjoyed every Christmas where they would play this movie non-stop on Christmas Day, and even though the story is basically just day-to-day life for the Parker family until Christmas, it's still pretty entertaining, and the cheesy humor still holds up very well to this day. I just have a lot of great memories with this story. I was even in a community theater performance of it where I played the piano accompanying the play. It's just such a great movie, and I can't wait to watch it this Christmas. Next is Jack Frost, a film about a musician named Jack Frost who unfortunately dies in a car wreck on Christmas Eve and is brought back to life as a snowman via a magic harmonica that he gave his son. I enjoyed Michael Keaton's performance in this one, and I even liked his music performances, and the puppet work with the snowman is actually pretty decent in my opinion. I love the film's message about grief and moving on, and it gives the main character a chance to patch things up with his family one last time on Christmas Day. I've heard people are pretty mixed about it, but to me, I've always enjoyed it, and I plan to watch it again next Christmas. So coming up next is Home Alone 2: Lost in New York, where we see Kevin McAllister once again separated from his family during Christmas time, and he once again has to go head to head with Harry and Marv. So, I'll be honest, I don't think the story is better than the first Home Alone film, and this film pretty much just repeats several themes from the first movie. This film, though, really delivers with all of the humor, especially with all of the traps placed for the sticky bandits in the vacant house. Now don't get me wrong, it pushes it from time to time with Harry blowing himself up in a toilet filled with kerosene and Marv electrocuting himself and becoming a skeleton for a moment, but it's still freaking hilarious. And this movie does want me to spend a day or two in the Plaza Hotel during Christmas time. I probably will never be able to afford that, but hey, I can dream, can't I? Again, it pretty much repeats some concepts from the first movie, but hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Alright guys, we're almost done. Coming up next is Home Alone, the first film where we see young Kevin McAllister left home alone for Christmas while his family jets off to France, and he has to defend his home from the wet bandits, and he learns the importance of being with your family. This is actually my second favorite Christmas movie of all time. Not only is it funny and the story is really good, this film actually ties in with one of my favorite Christmas traditions, where every year, me and my wife either make or order a lovely cheese pizza just for us and watch this film. If you haven't seen this one yet, then I absolutely recommend it. I consider this film to be a must-watch, especially around the holidays. Alright guys, we're finally here. My all-time favorite Christmas movie is Batman Returns. Yep. That's right, I'll say it again. My favorite Christmas movie is Batman Returns, the sequel to my all-time favorite movie ever, where Batman has to save Gotham from the Penguin during Christmas time. I've actually had several debates with my wife over the years whether this is a Christmas movie or not, but I will die defending that I believe that it is a Christmas movie. Yes, I know, it's a Batman film set during Christmas time. But hey, if Die Hard is a Christmas movie, then so is this one. While this film is not as great as Batman from 1989, I still think it's a pretty good movie with some great performances. Keaton is still great as Batman, Michelle Pfeiffer is very memorable as Catwoman, but the show stealer definitely has to go to Danny DeVito's performance as the Penguin. I like Christmas, I like Batman, so it makes complete and total sense that this is my all-time favorite Christmas movie.
But there you have it, guys. That is my top 10 favorite Christmas movies of all time. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, be sure to hit that like button. And again, I'd be very interested to know what your top 10 favorite Christmas movies are, so be sure to put those down in the comments. But guys, hope you all have a wonderful holiday season and a happy new year. You guys have a great one and be safe out there. I'll see you next year.